Hello everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our self-made druid. Whether you are new here or a familiar face, please enjoy the relaxing commentary of today's episode. And as always, I hope you are all doing well, and I thank you for joining me today. It means a lot. In the previous episode, we arrived in Moonglade for the first time to handle the first half of our quest for bear form. And then we headed back to Teldrassil to farm up some more cloth for our bags, and that is where we're going to begin for today. So let's see how far we can get with our current supply of linen. We've already got the bolts, now it's time to turn that into some gear. It's worth noting that our next objective will be gearing up from this point, and for that we're going to need lots of skins, which are going to be tough to come by, but we will start working on those. There aren't going to be a lot of great spots within Teldrassil to my knowledge, so we'll do our best on the cats in the area to start, and then if the availability of skinnable creatures proves to be too small, then we may not have any other choice than to head into Darkshore for the first time. So let's open up tailoring, and we're basically just going to make anything to start. We'll buy some coarse thread. As long as we're only using one bolt, I think we're going to be okay. We'll see how far that takes us, and we may have to visit a trainer at some point along the way. Suppose in the meantime, before we get our leather gear, we can actually technically equip these. And 12 armor is not a lot, but it is certainly better than 0. Okay, and at this point we are now yellow. Let's see if we can find a tailoring trainer. I can't remember if we picked up tailoring in town or not. Let's see if we can check with one of the guards. Nope, looks like we're going to need Narcissus for that. So that's okay. I definitely do not want to waste any more of our bolts potentially, so I want to see if there are any other recipes we can pick up. So we'll head over to Narcissus. On the way there, we're going to start skinning some animals along the way. It's going to be good that we go to Narcissus anyway, just to drop off our skins in the bank, which we were not able to do last time. Clear up some more inventory space for us. Couldn't hurt to take on some of these gnarl pines as well, if they're readily available. Let's head back to the main path. We'll head over to Narcissus now. We'll take on any of the cats that we see along the roadway here. It's going to be good to take note of where they're located so that we can see if this is going to be viable or not. So we're going to need a lot of skins, and if these are the only skinnable creatures in Teldrassil, we might have a tough time getting enough. So far, it's worth noting that there are a decent amount over this direction. Not too far off the road as you head towards Narcissus. Almost creates like a line like this on the map, maybe. Maybe we'll see more if we headed north. Take a quick peek up here, a small little detour. Got Elder Night Sabers. You can see one at least. Looks like a mix of sabers, spiders, and owls, though. Not seeing too much over there. Something I'm thinking about, and I'm wondering what the difference in drop rate would be, is if we were to go all the way back to Shadow Glen and skin there. Specifically, I'd like to know the drop rate differences for light leather as opposed to simply getting ruined leather scraps. Because I imagine the level of the enemy that you are skinning has an impact on that, regardless of what your skinning level is. I could be wrong, though. One lightsaber over here. Maybe there are more of these to the south. You know what? I think there were. I think I do remember seeing those the last time that we were down in this area. So that might be worth checking out as well. Maybe on the way back from Narcissus, we can kind of head south and then wrap around here and head back north. Yeah, this definitely feels like where we want to be. So far I'm seeing a decent amount. It's nice that these cats aren't too far away from the city either. It'll make things a lot easier to return so we can bank them. Right, we're in front of the main gates. Let's go ahead and enter the city. And let's go ahead and find our tailoring trainer. We can turn in our druid quest as well. And pick up the Luna Claw follow-up.
What brings you here?
Well, let's see what we have here, see if any of these will be of use to us. We have plenty of gold right now, so I think we can honestly just pick up everything so that we can weigh all of our options. Okay, here we go. The brown linen vest also only costs 1, so let's go ahead and start with that. Let's find the tailoring supplier.
Hello.
Okay, some of these ones cost 1 as well, so let's create a linen vest. Let's create a belt as well, since it also only costs 1. Could craft a linen robe. It would cost us 3 bolts, but it would give us an extra spirit.
May the stars guide you.
We are removing our classic novice's robe. That's great. We've just hit 40, and this linen belt is still orange to us, so that's great. Get those last 3 points, and then we should be able to finally pick up the brown bag recipe. And then from there, we just have to see how much cloth we need to create 4 of them.
Hello. Per bag. I was hoping for 2, but that is okay. My goods.
It shouldn't take us too much longer to get that, so definitely excited about this. Perfect. And now we just need 4 more bolts, and
be careful.
We can make our other bags. Even just these 2 alone is just gonna make a massive difference. It's such a huge difference. Let's make sure we don't forget to go to the bank first. We can turn in our druid quest as well, so we'll go do that first. We'll head to the bank. We'll bank these skins, we'll head back out, and hopefully we can collect the rest of that cloth. There's not going to be too much more to do. So we have 2 bolts. We're going to need 6 bolts. So I guess we really only need 8 pieces of linen cloth, and I think we're good to go from there.
How may I help? Till next we meet, may the stars guide you.
I don't like that we have to carry around this moon dust for quite a while, but I think now that since we're getting our expanded inventory, it's not going to be such a big deal. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to get at level 12, just to see if it's worth coming back to train anything. A lot of this stuff is for bear form, which we obviously don't have yet. And otherwise it's just regrowth. I don't know how much we care about regrowth, if I'm being honest.
I don't think regrowth is going to make a big difference for us. If I'm not mistaken, that's a pretty expensive healing spell for what it does.
I'm listening.
The bank now, let's go ahead and dump these off. We'll talk about the malachite as well. Don't know if we're ever going to need it, but if you can store something, why not? There's some other quests here that I can pick up later. I don't think it's super important that we get them now. So with that, we're going to head back out. We're going to deal with some of those Night Sabers. We'll take on the Night Sabers kind of along the same path that we were doing before. We'll check them out down here in the south of the road. And we'll kind of slowly wrap ourselves back around to the Gnarlpine tribe, and then we'll hopefully pretty quickly finish off our grind for linen, and then we can finally start making some leather gear. Those of you who've made it this far into the series, I really appreciate you guys being here. Been through a lot with this druid already in both our first and second life. I'm hoping to make this life last as long as possible. At least significantly longer than what happened before. Okay, we're going to wrap around this little mound here. Take out a few more stalkers, and then we'll deal with the Narpine. I think there was a leatherworking trainer here, right? Or is it just skinning? Let me take a look real quick. Got a skinner. Okay, we've got a leatherworker here too. Speaking of which, we can actually get journeyman skinning. Let's go ahead and pick that up now so that we don't cap our skill points. And from here, our cloth collection can begin once again. believe we need 2 pieces of cloth, and then that should be enough. I forgot to buy the rest of the coarse thread that we needed so that we could have made the bags in the field, but that's okay. It's not going to be too far of a walk to get to either Narcissus or Dalinar. Probably Dalinar at this point. Wonder how much armor these cloth pieces are really adding for us. Like, I have to assume we were at plus like 0 before, essentially. So how much of a percentage of physical damage is reduced by just a couple of cloth pieces? It's probably more than we think it is. And with leather, it should be substantially more. The thing that I'm looking forward to most with the leather are the armor kits, which we're going to be able to get right away, and that's going to be incredibly helpful for us. Got some players trotting in. A little bit of competition. And there we go. I think we've got our linen. All right, let's get back to Dalinar. Let's go ahead and make these last 2 bags. We'll drop tailoring. We'll start making our way back to this point in the main road here, close to Narcissus, so we can pick up leatherworking. And depending on how much time we have, let's see if we can make us some leather pieces. Our first bit of leather, our first armor kits. And yeah, we'll definitely check our armor value and see how much of a difference it makes exactly. We'll grab these sabers before we head in. Give them a chance to respawn by the time we're done. made it back to town. Let's get that course thread. You know what? Something else we can do here, as well as pick up first aid, since we won't have another use for the cloth. And that should be right down below as well. It's taken a while, but we've finally made it. We have a full rack of bags here. And this is probably going to be the bags that we take with us to level 60. Maybe there's a scenario where, like, you know, there's not going to be too much to upgrade on the leatherworking side for like a long time, and then like maybe we can switch back to tailoring temporarily. Because I believe you can get 8 slot bags at a pretty reasonable tailoring level.
I am listening.
So, you know, I don't want to rule that out as a possibility that our bags could be upgraded at a later point. But if we have to take this to 60, I'm not super mad about it. I don't think there's going to be too many items that we're going to have to kind of permanently hold on to. It's really just kind of potions, like, you know, health potions. Our skins, obviously, we're going to have to get used to going back to the bank, you know, a decent amount of the time, but I'm okay with that. Definitely not going to wait to level this to 80, so let's go ahead and open up our skills and drop it now. And we're going to follow the path back to the west to pick up leatherworking. We'll try to kill some more sabers along the way. We'll head into Narcissus. We'll pick up all of our skins from the bank. Thought it was going to be a little bit longer before we actually use them, but thinking about it now, we have enough to play around with to make some meaningful stuff for our character. Alright, we're back at the little house on the side of the road. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up leatherworking now.
What brings you here?
It's a shame that there isn't a supplier out here. I've always thought that was strange. Most other zones, if not all the other zones, have some sort of supplier that allows you to work on leatherworking right then and there. That's alright, we have to go to the bank anyway, so let's go back into Narcissus. We'll take on a couple of more sabers along the road. And let's go ahead and get these new professions on our bars as well. I think that should be enough for now. Let's get those skins and see how far we can get. Forgot that we have to go to the bank first. Is there another bank in Narcissus besides the one here in the center? This is probably the city that I am the least familiar with, for sure. I feel like in most major cities there's only one bank in Classic.
Greetings.
We're going to head back to the trainer and we're going to start our leatherworking journey. Definitely going to want to talk to the trainer as often as possible, just to see if there are new upgrades. We've got a decent amount of skins. It's very possible that we end up being able to create something that's a little bit higher level. Alright, perfect. Here we go. First things first, let's go ahead and generate some more light leather from the ruined leather scraps. It's going to give us a decent chunk of points. And then we're going to want to start creating light armor kits, as many as that we can create. Obviously, we do want to make some pieces of gear for ourselves if we can, sooner rather than later. But we might be able to unlock some more pieces besides our initial set here, after we level up a bit more with the light armor kits. This is definitely the point in the series where things should start to speed up just a little bit more. We should be moving on to something new not too long from now. We're still in the orange here with light armor kits. Let's see if we can get to level 30, and I think at that point would be a good time to train up some new recipes. So I think 25 leather should be enough to create as many different pieces as we can, I hope at least. And the light armor kits have now turned yellow. So good timing. Let's find the journeyman in the room. There we go.
How may I help?
Yes, we can get an upgrade to the pants, belt. Not going to need to make the quiver or the pouch. And then we'll get our first green at 40.
Del Nadras.
And that's definitely exciting. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, let's make the full set. Let's make as many different pieces as we possibly can. All of these require coarse thread. Let's find the supplier. I'll just take a guess at how much we'll need. Alright, and let's make one of each. That should leave us with 7 leather to go. And we can pick up a couple of things. I think we can cure light hides once we actually find those. Yep. Alright, so the moment of truth here. Let's rearrange these a little bit. Let's remove our armor buff and kind of any other... We'll leave Mark of the Wild up since we...
Be careful.
We'll always have that up. So we're currently with our amount of armor that we have, we are reducing damage from physical attacks by 11% against something that is our level. I'm assuming it would be a little bit more for something that's a little lower than us, which is what we're going to be aiming to fight anyway most of the time. Let's see how dramatic this increase is. It's really cool. Really cool first set. I don't think I've actually ever made this set in full before. Brings us up to 309 and nearly 19% damage reduction. So with this initial set alone, we're reducing most of the damage that we take by an additional 8%. Definitely substantial. Oh, we have the armor kits as well. Yeah, that's huge. Let's go ahead and add these on now too. It's interesting, we can't make gloves yet. Yeah, that is strange that we can't have the gloves quite yet. Still, that raises up to 20%. Very, 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 very big difference. So that's really awesome. We'll hold on to the light armor kits so we don't have to make any more. And let's see. Let's see if we can squeeze one more point out of the armor kits. All right, and then we'll make 3 more cloaks. And then the next time we get enough leather, we're going to be able to make our first green. Level 40 already. That is a very good start. Yep, the vest. We're going to get some boots at all the way until 55, so it's quite a ways away. And the gloves are going to come with that as well.
Greetings.
Yeah, overall, that is a fantastic start to our leatherworking journey. Really, really happy with how today's episode turned out. In the next one, we're going to continue to work on skinning. I want to be able to make those greens first. I want to get those gloves. I want to make sure that every equipment slot that we can fill in will be filled in before we take on Lunaclaw. We're not even level 12 yet. I was anticipating that it would take a little bit longer. But I think we're going to start taking care of the rest of the quests in Teldrassil. And then we'll go from there. If some of them seem to be a little bit too dangerous for us, which is definitely a possibility, we might go to Darkshore next, just to take on the first couple of easy quests, stuff that's pretty safe, like the first Buzzbox quest. There's going to be stuff to skin in the area, like the Plain Striders and the bears and whatnot. Those should be pretty easy. And yeah, we'll get our skinning up while doing that, and then hopefully in the next maybe 2 episodes from now, we'll take on Lunaclaw, we'll get our bear form, and we can really, really start moving. As always, I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.